On the cold morning of 21st January 1793, a king walked through a silent Paris, not toward a throne, but toward a blade. Louis XV was not born as a tyrant. He was born into a system already rotting. When he ascended the French throne in 1774, France was drowning in debt, crushed by wars, extravagant royal spending, and an unfair social order. The third state, common people, paid heavy taxes, while the clergy and nobility paid almost nothing. Louis was indecisive, hesitant, and ill prepared to rule a nation on the edge of collapse. He attempted reforms, but every step was blocked by the very elites who benefited from inequality. By 1789, hunger filled the streets. Bread prices soared. Anger turned into revolution. The French Revolution did not begin with a call to kill the king. It began with demands for fairness, representation, and dignity. But power, once challenged, rarely retreats peacefully. In October 1789, a furious crowd forced the royal family from Versailles to Paris, placing the king under public watch. Though he remained king in name, his authority was gone. Then came the turning point. In June 1791, Louis XV attempted to flee France with his family, disguised as commoners. He was recognized at Varennes and arrested. That moment destroyed all the remaining trust. To revolutionaries, the king was no longer weak, he was a traitor. France became a republic in 1792. The monarchy was abolished. Louis was put on trial, not as a king, but as a citizen Capet. The charges were grave: conspiracy against liberty, collaboration with foreign enemies, and betrayal of the nation. The trial was public and the verdict inevitable. In January 1793, the National Convention voted narrowly for death. On 21st January, Louis XV was brought to Place de la Revolution. He tried to speak to the crowd. His final words were drowned out by drums. The blade fell. With that single stroke, France crossed a line it could never uncross. The execution of Louis XV shocked Europe. Monarchies trembled. Coalitions formed against revolutionary France. Inside the country, violence escalated. What followed was a reign of terror, mass executions, paranoia, and political purges. The revolution that began with ideals of liberty slowly consumed its old children. Louis XV's death did not bring peace, it brought a lesson written in blood. When injustice hardens power, revolution becomes inevitable. But when revolution loses restraint, it can mirror the cruelty it once opposed. The king died not only for his failures, but for a system that refused to change until it was too late. History does not remember Louis XV as a great ruler, but it remembers his execution as a warning. Societies that ignore suffering create revolutions. Revolutions that abandon humanity create new tyrannies. And once that blade falls, there is no return, only consequence.